Welcome back to the Tiny Room Hanger. This is Mike, and happy Friday to everyone. Today I want to talk about display backgrounds, backdrops, world building elements. Want to compile a bit of a list of items that you can use to build a display. Maybe you have already built a display, you want to enhance it. Maybe you're starting from scratch. Whether you're doing a masterpiece display or even doing a chug display, hopefully some of these things can help. Anything I don't cover in this video, please comment below, link to something that you think is awesome, help each other out. Let's get right into it. So first off, I want to start with something that's simple and easy, and that would be going to Toy Hacks. And Toy Hacks has some of the best backdrops and backgrounds around. You can get them in many different sizes. They don't just have backdrops, they also include the floor, the lower part, so it looks like it's a real good world environment. Also, the backdrop moves, it's adjustable. You can have it to where it looks 3D because you want it to look 3D. You do want it to look like it's walking right out of the cartoon, and you can do that at Toy Hacks. They have many different Transformer specific scenes there, and the thing about it is these things sell out fast, and sometimes they're sold out. They do another reprint, they're back in stock, so you might have to check back a few times to get the one that you want. But again, these are really good and very simple, very easy and to set up and to make it happen and to get the right size you want. There's a small, medium, and a large option. Prices on these sets range from a small one at 10 to I think 20 is the large size, and it does kind of get a little bit confusing because some of them might not be available in all the different sizes simply because of what they have in stock at the time, what's going on, but they do look really good. It's really simple, and you can get a nice looking display going to Toy Hacks. Also, there are some that are sort of universal. You can use them for Transformers, or you can use them for G.I. Joe. You can use them for whatever you want. So you don't just need to look at the Transformer specific ones, you can look at some different ones. Now you probably spend a whole hour just looking at stuff on Toy Hacks. I know I've done it before, and I've ordered from them, haven't had any issues. Great company. Next up, you can just do a random search on eBay for backdrops, find a bunch of stuff. Sifting through this, there are some very specific types of looks of backgrounds that you can find. This is a very common one that I've seen out there, and it's pretty simple and it's already printed, usually on some really high quality printer board. But again, you do kind of want to look at where you're ordering it from, who are you ordering it from, find your best price. And with that, I've seen this a lot. I think it looks good. Maybe this is starting to get a little outdated. I don't know. I still like it. And I actually use something very similar to this in my background for some of my reviews. You can also get it in Autobot colors, and you can get it in Decepticon colors, and these kinds of things. You can also do some other stuff other than just buying pre-printed ones on eBay or just around on different sites. You can find your own pictures, you can capture your own pictures, and you can get those printed also. So when it comes to printing your own stuff, it is a little bit sticky. You gotta make sure it's not copyrighted, but technically everything's copyrighted in a way, but you're printing it for your own use. I mean, you can kind of get away with it, I guess, but if you take an image to a print shop and it has a copyright watermark, a copyright marking in it, they won't print it for you. So I'm just going to tell you, don't put your local print shop in that situation if you know you can't print it. Next up, we'll look into some world building elements, and starting sort of with backgrounds that Toy World did. Toy World and Zeta. Now, some of this is, well, it's more or less out of stock. I remember getting these as they were sent for free when I ordered a Toy World item, and so I had 2 or 3 of these, but I never had enough to really build an entire display. So I'm wondering if people maybe are selling these off or whatever, so that one person can get 10 of them and actually make a display out of it. If that's something you want to go after or work towards. But there's other companies making something very similar, and Toy World's been doing this a long time, so let's look at some of these similar options out there. So we have something from Wild Kids, and this is a background set that is customizable and stackable, readily available. You can order them on eBay. Just search Wild Kids background, and it's there. And then you can buy them in sets of, I think, 10 pieces, and it just comes with a bunch of pieces. and you can stack them. If you want to get 20, 30, 50, or whatever, how big you want to go is how big you want to go. And there it is, to build yourself a background. That's one option that is kind of similar to what Toy World did, if that's the route you want to go. Now there's another one that's very similar, but a different construction, and it's called Magic Villa. Now Magic Villa, again, small cubes that can, well, squares that can get connected together and just build it however big you want. You buy them in sets of 10, 20, or whatever, and build your own real world type of environment and do some sort of adding world building elements to your display if that's what you want to do. If you want to give it sort of a retro-esque kind of look, it works. And again, this is customizable however you want to do it. This is just an idea. I've never used these. I don't know how sturdy they are, how well they hold up. I don't even know how they look in person other than just in some of these pictures. I know you see it getting used right now for Legends scale, but again, you could double the size, quadruple the size, use it for any scale you want. Now again, none of this is licensed, none of it is actually Transformer stuff, but another one called Magical Chain. And I think I've talked about these before on the news. I've never actually messed with them myself, but this is kind of cool too because of the way these stack. They stack in a different manner than the other ones stack. Maybe the other ones can stack the same, kind of like this, but this looks kind of cool. I like how it is. It's combined with 9 different other sets and set up 9 different options with it. But again, something else to add to world building, an idea for you. I've never handled these before. Maybe if you have, I would love to hear in the comments how good this set is and how well these different Magic Wild Kids, Magic Villa, Magical Chain, how all this holds up. And you're probably wondering, Mike, why are you not talking about X2 Toys and all of their world building that they do? Well, that's what I'm doing now. So I think X2 is one of the leaders in this kind of world building element kind of area, and seems like all their stuff is sold out everywhere, so I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. Maybe you can track it down on eBay or secondary market, or maybe somebody's got some. But it seems like something like this would be a constant production and constantly be in stock. If it's selling out, why not make more of it and just keep it flowing so that people can keep building on. But anyway, comes with a lot of different stackable elements, got a different pieces and customizable options, and you could do a whole lot with this. I think that it looks like an interesting set. I do kind of like the grayish background. It's a little bit different than what you see with the standard purple and tan, like you always see, the orangish tan and the purple for the Decepticons and all that. So it's sort of in the middle. But here's the thing, I think X2 Toys is most known for their Teletran 1. Now, their Teletran 1 came out at about a $200 price point, and I think you can actually stick your cell phone in there to be the screen and have it playing whatever. That's one option for it, I believe. Now, again, I never had this set. I never reviewed this set. Never put my hands on it. But I think it is cool. And I like this kind of stuff. And I'm glad enough other people like it too that it sells out. Again, it's sold out everywhere. You can probably track it down on eBay and all those places. But it does look like a fun set. Looks great. And definitely enhances your display if you have this in there. The story of Moss Toys and MA001. I think it's Moss Toys. I think it is. That was going to make this throne. And I think the problem is that they went under. That might be a problem. And I don't think his throne ever got made. It says sold out at places. I had a pre-order and it just disappeared. So I don't know. Or it's still a pre-order and nothing's happened with it. I don't know. But it never showed up as in stock or pay for your pre-order or any of that kind of stuff. So it just went by the wayside. But it was kind of an interesting idea for a masterpiece. But if you don't have that one, you could get this Evil Leader throne. It's different. It's not styled anything to match anything that was in a show, but it is kind of something like, hey, it's a purple throne, big enough for a masterpiece Megatron to sit on. It's about $30. I did see it at TF Source. Maybe there's in stock at all these other places too. Pretty cool. I'm kind of thinking the king of throne making is New Age. These are not masterpiece. These are for the Legends scale. But I had to kind of talk about them because I think they look pretty cool. And New Age does a lot of good stuff. And New Age has done a little bit of world building in here. They're also incorporating some stuff with the Legends for making a space bridge with their seekers and those kinds of things. So that's kind of fun. It's kind of exciting. It's an interesting thing that they are doing, and I kind of like that. And I kind of like the world building elements that go along with it. And of course, making your own. Making your own backgrounds, your backdrops, your world building elements yourself is always a good idea. I love this when I look at other people's collections. They send me some pictures. I love using these pictures, and I love showing these kinds of things. A lot of hard work and dedication and time has gone into making backdrops such as this. This is Ray's. He did an excellent job with it, and I just think that this kind of stuff is exciting. It's fun, and it enhances your display tremendously. I think Jason's done a really good job here, and a very similar type of concept with a lot of world building going on in here, and I think there's real rocks in there and stuff like that. Like, I like that kind of stuff. I did talk about most of these pictures in the last collection update kind of thing, but this looks good. And then, of course, we've got another one here from Jason. I do like all the real world elements. So making your own, the only limit that you have when you make your own stuff is your imagination. It's not ridiculously hard to make this kind of stuff. It is time consuming, but at the end of the road, here, then you have a great looking display. And, making it look however you want. You don't have to depend on manufacturers to manufacture it for you. You don't got to wait for things to show up. You can go to Hobby Lobby, and you can go to Walmart, and you can get some stuff, you can get some elements, and paint, and make it however you want. The sky is the limit. Lastly, kind of what I did with my display, and I'm building a lot of vintage displays right now. I'm not doing hardly anything new with my masterpiece display, but I did go to a granite shop, my granite guy, and I went to where they fabricate the granite. It's a different shop than their display shop, so two different buildings. But where they fabricate it, there's always broken granite, and I like to utilize that broken granite in a way so that, hey, they're going to throw it out anyway. I just ask them, can I have your broken granite? They say, sure, please take all that you can out of that broken pile, clean it up, stack it neatly, and I kind of got that theater look to it. And that's kind of how I wanted it to look, stepped up, and so you can see all the figures. Now this is another thing I want to show is my print. I had my print shop print me a giant picture. It was ridiculously expensive, like $50, and it was just a screenshot that I snapped out of the movie. And looking at it blown up this big, it just looks terrible. But as an element behind a bunch of combiners, you can see it's Unicron coming up. So this is some of the stuff that I've done in the past. If I were to redo it today, I think I'd do a whole lot better job than I did almost 3 years ago when I was just kind of testing the waters with this stuff. But anyway, there's a lot more options out there and a whole lot of fun for setting up your displays. So what do you guys think about all these display options I sort of presented in here? Do you guys have any more display option ideas? Please put that in the comments below. If you can link to specific pages that are awesome, that would be very helpful. Also, like and subscribe. Tydirium Hanger, out.